Hey Taurus, it's Meg with Padmes, and I am doing your new moon Beltane first week of May love sitch spread. We're looking at your love situation, your energy, your person that you're thinking about, their energy around the situation, the energy that binds the two of you together. And we will look at a possible outcome, get some advice, look at some energy that you don't see coming. And this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're calling in our angels and guides with the highest vibrations of love and light. Because I don't want to talk to anybody else. Taurus, what's going on? We've got the Seven of Coins reversed, Queen of Cups, the Lovers, Strength, and the Ace of Coins reversed. So Taurus, it feels like somebody has made a decision to do something differently, tend the garden differently. The Lovers is right here in the center. So there's some kind of decision in love that was made, and I feel like someone is exerting their psychic energy differently than they were before in this relationship. Someone is also exerting how they nurture in this relationship. They're talking about their strength, their capacity to hold and transmute pain, and how they've been drained by this. They've been drained because they have a capacity to hold pain and transmute it. I feel like somebody feels like they're being taken for granted. Somebody feels like their resources are being drained and they're doing some kind of self-care, or they made some kind of decision to do this differently in the future. They're not just giving up all of their resources, or they're not just expending all of their energy, and it's changed. Let's see. There's also, I don't feel like the other person is necessarily excited about this. I hear they're not keen on this change because they were getting a lot out of this and they don't want it to change. They like how it was, but I feel like this is your energy, Taurus, that you may feel drained and you're just doing some self-care. You're doing this differently. Let's take a look at your energy. Yeah, you made a big change. Here's the Tower card. You're like, look, this is how it's going to be. Here's the Two of Cups reversed. This is you talking about the end of some kind of partnership, at least in the way that it was. It has changed. And here's the Knight of Wands. You're talking about energy. It's almost like, look, I'll do that when I can. But when I can't, I can't. So I'm available when I can be available. And when I'm not available, I'm not available. Deal with it. That's what I feel like. And then here we have the Six of Wands reversed. I feel like, Taurus, you just kind of bumped somebody off their pedestal, or they were feeling very nurtured and safe with you. They were feeling like spoiled by you. And now I feel like maybe you've been feeling like you've been taken for granted somehow, and you're not spoiling somebody the way that you were spoiling them before. I don't feel a breakup necessarily here. I just feel like a withdrawal of energy and a recompartmentalization of power. Okay, let's look at their energy. Here's Judgment reversed. So they're talking about thinking about the past. They're stuck in the past. They're stuck in the past about the way things used to be. I feel like that's what they want. Here's the Hangman reverse. They're saying, I don't need to sacrifice. I shouldn't have to sacrifice. I don't need to sacrifice. I really feel like their ego is getting in the way here, and they're talking about, I don't like you changing this up on me. I deserve more. And they feel, wow, they're like, seriously, they feel really strongly about this. Here's the Justice card reversed. They're even calling this karmic injustice. And here's the Eight of Coins. They're like, I know what I'm worth. I feel like they're kind of missing the point here, Taurus. It's not that they're not worth all sorts of love and admiration and attention. It's that you're giving and you're not receiving as much back as you're giving, and so you're feeling drained. And somehow they're taking this very personally and they don't think any of this should change. Huh. That is quite interesting. Let's take a look at energy that binds the two of you together. We've got the King of Coins. So this king, basically both of you are talking about being in power. You're talking about your personal power. You're talking about owning your personal power. And then you're talking about the partnership, going back and forth. I feel like you've had this conversation. Look, if I'm giving this much, I need to receive also. What's up? And here's the Two of Swords. There's some kind of impasse that you are having. And again, I don't feel like this is a breakup. I feel like this is a quarrel, or I don't even want to call it a quarrel though, because it doesn't feel like a spat or a quarrel. This feels like a big blow you out of the water change with the Tower. You've really decided to do something that changes everything. Okay, here's the Seven of Wands that fell out and the King of Swords. So the Seven of Wands reversed is like, you didn't have a problem with this before and now you do. What's the deal? And it feels like the conversation has already been had, but it's like, I wasn't sure. It was fine when it was fine, but now it's not fine. And I recognize that I need more than this. Okay, so I want to get to the bottom of this. What is this big change? What has happened here? What's the big change? What have you decided to do? Here's that Ace of Swords reversed. This is like almost like keeping secrets, cutting things out that don't serve you. And the Ten of Wands reversed. You're like saying it's not my responsibility to keep the peace, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, and maybe so. It's not my responsibility to keep the peace. I also feel like maybe, okay, here's the thing. I feel like Taurus, you may have been okay with some kind of open relationship in the past, and you're saying, I'm not okay with that anymore. That's a doozy. That's a doozy of a dynamic change for sure. And you're like, this could be I'm not keeping your secrets anymore, or it could be I'm choosing to keep secrets and I'm changing up the dynamic of this relationship and I'm including a third party. This feels like something that is open though, that has been discussed. And here's the Seven of Cups, multiple partners. It's very possible. Let's take a look at a possible outcome for this week, Taurus. And we've got the Hermit. So somebody hermiting away, somebody kind of going into themselves and deciding whether or not how they feel about this whole situation. Here's the Nine of Wands. They're being protective of themselves. They feel like they've come a long way. And I really feel like this was a shock for somebody. Here's the Six of Coins reverse. Somebody not feeling back and forth, give and take. Somebody feeling spread too thin. And also feeling left out in the cold, abandoned. And here's the Knight of Swords. So this is storming the castle with the truth. Somebody hermiting and protecting themselves and then coming to some kind of conclusion and speaking on it, talking about it. So let's look at energy that you don't see coming. I mean, aside from this big Tower change, and take it as it resonates, whether you're the one who is offering up the big change or whether you are just hearing about this big change for the first time. All right, we've got toil and labor. We've got main female. Courtship, courthouse, and poverty. So someone is feeling drained. I feel like there is a marriage involved here or a long-term committed relationship. And here's like working on the relationship, doing different things to work on the relationship. And then here's a courtship. And I feel like somebody is feeling left out. I feel like someone's feeling left out of the mix or feeling abandoned by these changes. Okay, let's take a look at messages of love. What is going on here? What do your angels and guides want you to know about this interaction? Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Intuition. You already know the answer that you seek. And denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth, which is exactly what someone's doing here. The Hermit and the Nine of Wands. Somebody is going into that healthy self-reflection, hermiting, protecting themselves, figuring some things out, connecting the dots, feeling rejection. I want to look at, what does this person that you're thinking of, what do they want to say to you? I remember every detail of that day. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I want to feel that way again. Okay. What's interesting is what I'm feeling is that you have felt this way before, and your partner is kind of mirroring that back to you in a way, or the person that you're thinking about somehow. You felt rejected before, and they have felt rejected before. What I want to do, I want to look at your romance angels, and then I want to get some advice. So romance angels, what do you want to say to Taurus? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I feel like this doesn't have to be an all the time thing. It almost feels like someone is talking about their fantasies. And let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I feel like you're going to be talking to people who have different types of lifestyles. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. I feel like there are a lot of boundaries that need to be made here, or agreements that need to be made somehow. And again, I'm not really seeing energy of breakups here. It's more like additions. So let's take a look at Moonology. What is the advice here? The answers you need are coming. It's time to release negativity. Believe in the impossible. And these are all full moon energy. So I feel like there's some kind of timing around the full moon. I feel like that. What is it? It's probably it's about 2 weeks, maybe 12 days. Okay, that is what I have for you, Taurus. I'll be back with another energy check in a couple of days. See you soon.